Welcome. In this video, we're going to learn to master scales. We're going to do it with a basic pentatonic scale. I'll show you exactly how the pros master these scales and learn to get around on them a little bit better, and how they play licks with these scales. And we're going to do all that today. Here we go. There is a PDF that goes along with this for Patreon members. Make sure you grab that if you like this, because that has a lot more than just the stuff that I talk about in the video. We're going to start with a basic scale. The first scale everybody should learn, real basic pentatonic scale. And we're going to play it like so. We start with this string, and this string is played open. And then our second finger right here. Okay, then the next string, this string here, is played open. Third finger here. Then the last string's played open, this one. And then our third finger here. We're going to play that up and down. We're going to start right here. Okay, it's played open. Second finger. Now this string is played open. Third finger. Now this string is played open here. Third finger, and then we go back down. Open, third finger, open, second finger, open. Okay? If we play it a little bit faster, one more time. Now, how we learn the scale to play licks and solos is we don't just practice it up and down. Initially, we do to learn the scale, but then we're going to break it up some. The first way we break the scale up is with something called sequences. A sequence is a group of notes. Could be a group of 3 notes, group of 4 notes. Could be a pattern. Could go down a little bit and up a little bit. Could be quite a few different patterns as well. The most easy and popular sequence is going to be groups of 3. So now we're going to break the scale up with groups of 3. Well, here's our first group of 3. Third finger right here. Open. Third finger here. Okay. One more. One more time here. And now we go to our next note, which is the top string here, open. And then third finger here, and then open. Okay. So let's play that together. Okay, and then let's continue on. Next we've got third finger here, open, second finger here, and then we play this string open, and we've played through the whole scale now in groups of 3. So let's do it together, slowly, the whole thing. Okay, one more time. If you look at the sheet music, we spice it up a little bit at the end. We've got okay. Now we can take the same exercise and we can go up the scale. So we start here, okay, and we play this string open, and then second finger here, and then the next string open, and then next we have our second finger, this string open, third finger, and then we have this string open, third finger, and then the highest string open, okay, then we have our third finger here, highest string open, like so. Let's play that together slowly. One more time. If you look at the sheet music, we spice that up a little bit at the end. We have we have it. So there we've got sequences of threes, up and down. There are some other ways we can do sequences of threes as well. That's going to be on the PDF below for Patreon members. A few more ways we can approach the scale that way. Another thing we can do with this scale is hammer-ons and pull-offs. These are going to be popular in lots of licks and solos and so forth. And it's a great way to practice the scale. So we're going to start here, like we have been, and we're going to hammer on with our second finger. And what we do is we just pluck the note and bring your finger down on the next note here to make that next note sound by hammering your finger onto the note. Okay? All right? Same thing on the next string, but we're using our third finger, like so. And then on our highest string, we're going to do the same thing, this string here. Okay. So if we run through what we've done here, it sounds like this. Okay. And then we want to do the same thing, descending, and how we do that is with pull-offs. So we're going to pluck this note, and then we're going to pull the finger off. And we use a downward motion because we've got to get that note to sound. Okay, so pulling downward like so. So the whole thing we've got. Now the first way a beginner might play licks is in between some chords to add interest to a chord progression. So that's the first thing we're going to do here. Let's look at an A7 to D7 progression. We got A7, and then we're going to use this D7. Notice it's the easy D7. It's not our more difficult bar chord. And we're going to count this out, and we're going to add some licks. So it's important you count to get the timing right and everything. So I'm going to count this out, and I'm going to add a lick in between. The lick is going to be really simple. It's going to... Okay, so we got our third finger here, and we take the third finger off, and then third finger here, then we play that high string again. So start here, third finger, open, third finger here, and then back to that top string, open again. And that's our first lick. So we're going to play the chord, and do this really slow. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. So that is one measure right there. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Okay? And now we're going to go to our D7. Okay, so now we've got this chord. And we're going to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Okay, so we got 2, 3, and 4, and. All right? So let's do it together now. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Okay, so we spiced up that simple chord progression. And here's what you may notice. You may say, well, wait a minute now. Is that a major chord progression? That's A7 to D7. It's kind of like a blues chord progression, a major key. And you've used a minor scale. That's one of the great tricks here, is a lot of people are going to use this minor scale with a major chord progression. Gives us some notes that are out of key, but that's where the cool sound comes from. And then later we'll learn some additional notes we can add to this too. So that's just the beginning. Using this minor scale with a major key is step number one, and we're going to learn some different ways to tweak this through the different lessons here as well. Now let's look at an ending here real quick, and this ending is just something you can play to end a song, a little lick you can play. We're just going to go down the scale like so. I'm going to start here, and then play that open, right here, and then play that open, and then here and play that open. So we've run through the whole scale here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add a note. This is in A minor pentatonic. In a pentatonic scale, we're going to have a minor third. And what we're going to do here is add a major third. It's another trick we can do. We've got a minor pentatonic scale, oftentimes played against a major scale. So we're in A major, we've got an A minor pentatonic. We can add that major third in, and listen to how cool that sounds when we do that. Okay, that wild note, you can tell which one's wild. It sounds wild. That's a major third we've added in. So we're playing this note, and that note in this little lick. So let's try it real slow. Okay, one more time. And there we go. Don't forget to grab the PDF I have for Patreon members so that you can take this to some new levels, learn some additional licks and exercises. We'll see you next time.